Hello, everybody. It's Juanita from EurWayTours. I'm doing in today from Navarre, Florida. Thank you for coming to join us today for Travel Talk Tuesday. And today, our special topic is the Emerald Coast. So yes, we are going to be talking about the Emerald Coast. I am a part of, and I'm loving to share these things. Just lived here for about almost 5 years now, and I've learned so much. And so these are some of the places we've discovered, we've went to. We do not get paid for any of these. These are not paid infomercials. These are just places that we visited, and some of the folks sent us a couple of things that they wanted you to know about. So there are some specials in between the areas that we talk about. So I'll talk about some of the different areas, hotels, condos, and things. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and feel free at any point in time. I'll still be here. You may not see me, but you'll see my slideshow, and I'll make sure and point out any of the wonderful things that we're going to talk about. All right, so here we go. Every now and then I'll show you a video too, because some of the videos just tell so many wonderful things. All right. Well, I hope you guys can see the screen. And today we're going to vacation on the Emerald Coast. So this is one of the it's different names. So now it's known as the Emerald Coast. Sometimes it's called the Northwest section of Florida. Sometimes it's the Panhandle and some other word. But today, welcome to our Sunshine State of Florida. And we're going to talk about this area. And I'm going to cover pretty much anywhere from Panama City all the way to Alabama, past Perdido, up into the Alabama area. So some of the places we visited we'll cover are Roy Beach, Clayton Beach, Henderson Beach, the Destin beaches and area, Fort Walton, Navarre Beach, Pensacola Beach, and Perdido Key, Foley, Alabama. So those are areas all along this northwestern section of Florida. And some areas with hotels, if you want to come and stay in a hotel or in a vacation rental, camping. There are all kinds of beautiful things to do. And here on the bottom is my picture right over in our area and off of Navarre, off of the Sound. This is what the set looks like. Oh, yes, the sunsets are beautiful. You know, the water over here is turquoise too. The sand is white. When you walk into our sand, it squeaks at you. It's like quartz. It has glass in it. So those are some of the differences between our beaches and the East Coast. So you're coming to any area, whether it's northwest part of Florida or town in the United States, there's always a visitor or tourism center. So be sure to always make sure, check out where that is. They've got great information for you. They've got booklets. I love going to some of these right off the, well, I was getting ready to say Audubon highways, I-10. When you're going all along I-10 in Florida, there's all kinds of tourism and visitor centers. And they even have some of these info commercials and guides to different sections of Florida, foreign languages. I thought that was just the wonderfulest thing. So that's one of the things that I like doing. So make sure, stop by, look and see what they have. For example, our Navarre beach, right now, we are Florida's most relaxing place. Our logo used to be the best kept secret, but we came out on one of those things where now everybody's coming to live here. But in Navarre, at our tourism center, they give out free coupons, so whether you want to try the ice cream at Culver's or you want to go to the lighthouse, they have military discount tickets for different things. And a lot of these places, coupon booklets. So it's always a great place to stop. No matter if you need info or not, there's lots of coupons there, even if you're, not looking for anything in particular. So let me just point out a couple of things on condos. Whenever you're renting a beach condo, You can go to VRBO, which you can go anywhere in the United States and go find yourself a beach condo. Here in our area, one of the big ones that I use is Blue Moon Vacation Rentals or Rent Waterscape. And they have condos for like a condominium, like a home that is equipped with everything. You know, the kitchen's full, so if you want to cook, there's pots and pans, there's towels, there's cleaning materials, there are bath towels there for you, there are swim things for you, and you can get a beach home just like this. Oh my goodness, it's a wonderful experience, even for a beach home like this. So when you've got this beach home, think of it. This, for example, would be 5-bedroom. So you figure you can get about 10 people, maybe 2 more on the sleeper couch. You've got access to the beach, directly to the beach. Usually you've got plenty of parking. And so you can either bring food in, you can go out to dinner. And a lot of you can see when you're looking at some of these condo or beach rentals, see if they sometimes are equipped with a little golf cart. So if it's a golf cart community, you park the car and use the golf cart, go everywhere. And so when you're getting these, be aware also of some of the restrictions. Some of them may be for rentals for weddings, some may not. Some may be paired. So there's a lot of things to look for. Double check. Nowadays, any of these beach rentals, or there's going to be a big ticket as far as insurance. You know, these are in dangerous areas. So a lot of times you got to watch the insurance. So it may look cheaper than the hotel, but be aware, if you don't want to, take care of the kitchen, cook, guess what? So rent a butler or rent a chef to come in once or twice while you're out there enjoying the water and the vacation time. If you're coming to camp, there are RVs everywhere. So if you have an RV, all up along the coast, anywhere, it's always lovely to get yourself either a hidden little place or someplace where you can put your RV right on the water so you get that water view. Well, here in our area, we've got lots of RV camps. I love our little hideaway campgrounds because it's a hideaway. It almost looks like a little community. Beautiful. Look at that view on the beach. You've got an empty beach. It's private. See, so you've got empty beaches. They have lots of equipment there for you so that if you don't have equipment, you can borrow some of their equipment. And if you don't have an RV, guess what? Navarre Beach Camping Resort has these little rentals. Look at this cabin on the bottom left. Oh my gosh. I love it. I stayed in one. Our family did. But we loved it. The kids, they were upstairs. They had their little bunk beds. And in the morning, we'd get out. We'd have breakfast there on the patio that screened in. We'd walk out. We were right there at the water. The kids would go out to the pier and go fishing. And they're just cute. They're just lovely and cute. They have everything, usually for a family of 4, kitchen, living room, and sleeping quarters. And you just bring your things and you go in, and there's the little house, and it's ready to go. But one of the newer RV resorts, because RV parks are just for parking. That's it. You just come and bring your RV, or you rent their little campground cottages. But nowadays, you got to have something to do. So many of the RV parks may have pool. Well, let me tell you, if you're up on I-10 right after Crestview, you'll get off at Navarre Milton Beach exit 31. There is the new splash park. Oh my gosh, I went in there. This is like the water park of water parks. But you got to have an RV to get in, or you can, they're starting to build little cottages there. But this is an awesome place for you to have your RV, and you're only then about 30 minutes from the beach. So you can have the best of both worlds. And as we go down, we're going to start out here, Panama City. So Panama City has a wonderful, wonderful area. And a lot of you, I know, you realize that Panama City was, let me go back. Panama City had gotten hit by, it was Hurricane Michael was the last one. So Panama City had lots and lots of damage. Well, right now it's wonderful because they have rebuilt and now they get to rebuild the way they want to, which is, really nice. And so new things are happening down there in Panama City. As you can see here, they have big Pier Park where there's lots of businesses. They're coming back, and Panama City has lots of activities. So when we talk about activities where you can do boat rentals, you can live out in the cypress trees, lots of new hotels, the new Indigo. We've got a special. There's a new Indigo Hotel in Panama City, and we'll give you those specials later as well. Um, all right. So, let's see if I can get this in here. Grayton Beach. Grayton Beach is a great little town. It is like, I would say mostly like a hidden secret. They don't have a lot of parking, Grayton Beach. But one of the big things about Grayton Beach that people like is drive your RV, not RV, but your truck, your Jeep right out to the beach. So this is one of about 3 areas on the Emerald Coast that you can do that with. And so that's why a lot of people kind of like that area where you can just drive your vehicle right out to the beach. But because they don't have a lot of parking, about half a mile right outside of town, they have a lovely little shopping area with lots of cottages, a beer brewery, a cafe, some shopping. Have a big, huge parking lot for you to park. And then, as you see here on the right, they have these lovely, lovely trucks that they converted like mini buses, and they bring you into the city. So that was just so nice. So we went and ate at one of the great beachfront restaurants. I don't know if I say it right, Chirogo. It was so nice. Folks come in when you're down at the beach. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. You can put on flip-flop shorts, the bathing suit, it doesn't matter. But most of these lovely beach town areas has a cuisine that's filled with seafood. Look at this this was shrimp and grits in the bottom right. Oh my gosh, at the Chirogo. And it was just wonderful. Other thing that I like is that a lot of the beaches are trying to do conservative events or issues. So if you find stuff out on the beach, like if you're a fisherman and you find nets, they have places for you to dispose of them. So down here at the bottom, you'll notice they've got these things here where you can put away fish net or anything dangerous or plastics that you have found out on the beach that saves them. Because, this area of Florida we're known also as the turtle capital. We have lots of turtle nesting up here. And then of course here they give you some baskets. So if you want to go out and pick up trash and bring it in, they don't mind you doing that either. And so they'll supply the baskets. They also have donation sections. Like here at Navarre, we have at all of our pavilions, at all the beaches, we have big plastic containers where if you're leaving, you flew in or you're driving out and you've got toys or plastic items that you don't want to take back with you, you put them in there. So floaties and things that you just bought for the vacation, you don't need them anymore, you don't want to take them with you, you can donate them there. So Grayton Beach is your area to go to if you want to go drive on the beach with your Jeep. And in that area, if you don't want to stay in a hotel or in an Airbnb home, and get something in between. So we found this guest houses. It's a little hotel, plus they have these little tiny guest houses in the middle of, they look like little beautiful, and I had to learn live oak and citrus tree areas, and they're all hidden within the little wooded areas, and you can walk down to the beach, but there's a major parking area where you'll park outside of. So something like the hibiscus, it's great. It's got a cute little coffee house as well. And this, one of these places you'll find, will tell you, we have no Wi-Fi to each other is their logo. And so in a lot of places, be aware, it's like living off the grid, okay? as we go down, or as I would say, come up on the Emerald Coast, some of the next beaches we hit was Rosemary Beach. And many of these beaches have bicycles. They have bicycle paths. Rosemary Beach is filled with them. Oh my gosh, they are so bicycle friendly. And so there is where we have lots and lots of options. And you'll notice just plain bicycles, e-bikes. So if you need help, then you have two bikers, you have bicycles with kids on, you can have on the back. You can have some of the bicycles that have the pulley on the back where you can take your child with you. But the town is so lovely. It reminds me of some of Europe sometimes because it has a lot of these little houses that are just beautiful. A lot of Rosemary Beach has private access. So you have to be careful to make sure you get to the right area to the public access. So there is some parking there and several places where you can get down to the beach for the public. But much of it is private at Rosemary Beach. So if you rent a home or an Airbnb there, lots of them have access and you get a special key to get down to the private sections of the beach. And there at Rosemary Beach, oh, we love it. We go and visit every chance I get. So I just took my daughter down for her birthday. So we had a brunch at the Havana Club. Oh my, I just love it. So the Havana Club is inside the Pearl Hotel. Pearl is like, look at it there in the bottom left. It's like something out of a European fairy tale. Exclusive, lovely. Their pool is at the top of the building. They have lovely areas. They also have the Havana Club downstairs, open to the public. You don't have to be a guest of the hotel, but it's great to have brunch there, and they treat you. Oh my gosh. When they found out it was my daughter's birthday, she got this huge chocolate cake with gold lacing. Oh my goodness. We just had a lovely time. Let me see if the video will run on that. Let's see. Hopefully it will come up. Hold on, I gotta share the right thing here. All right, so here is what Pearl Beach, the Pearl Hotel and Beach looks like. It is just lovely. They supply you with all the goodies. So there you see the ramp. It is handicap accessible to get to the beach there. And there's the pool. Oh my. You don't even see that from the outside. When you're a guest there, oh, is this not lovely? This is the Havana Club and the bar and the drinks. Oh, so the decor is awesome. You can get a poolside room or you can get a room with the view of the ocean. But look at that view there. And every guest can just get to the beach, to the private section. So this is one of the views that you have here. The Pearl Hotel, which is in Rosemary Beach. All right, so let me get back to the slideshow. Come on, come on. And the Pearl has some specials, so we'll get to those right at the end there. And of course, they are, as I said, handicap friendly. If you've never seen a huge wheelchair with these bubble wheels, that's what a handicap chair does. So it allows you to go down the ramps and onto the sand. And so that's one of the things, if you've got some family members that may not be able to take the long walk to the beaches, then you can use those areas as well. A lot of these areas also have lots of shopping and oh, there's fountains everywhere. I just love it. I love all the fountains. So the next stop north, we headed up towards Henderson Beach. This is also the area where you'll find lots of the thing. So Boston Commons is up there, and we stopped at Henderson Park Inn. Another lovely place to stay at. This is a historic hotel. Henderson Park Inn is adults only. There is alternate, so I'll talk about that in a second. But the Henderson Park Inn, they are right there, private beat. Your private seating is there right up front in that turquoise water. Lovely, lovely dinners. Those the the seafood chowder was just amazing. We had a wonderful dinner there. They do have some wine tastings there. In the evening, they have wine tastings outside. They also have these fire pits that are open. So before dinner drinks, sitting there by the fire is just as lovely. They have dinner music, then they have disco music to get you going, and then they have beach music. And I love it. The activities. So Henderson Park Inn used to be all inclusive, meaning you got all your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They've gone to a new management scene so that you're not tied to that all inclusive, which is so much to do in this area, because right next door is the Henderson Park, the national park. And so lots of people go over there to do a lot of activities there. They are at Henderson Park Inn. You can also rent the for free. It's part of your stay. We did the water folks in their boats and things, but look at that water. Oh, it's just lovely, white beach and everything. But they have several things you can rent. They also have, you can sign up for them at Henderson Park Inn. So they have bicycles, they've got these wakeboards, they've got all kinds of things. And so I met a lovely couple there. They came from Mississippi, and the man says, "Oh yeah, honey, I've been here for a week. Haven't left the premises yet. This is my vacation. They take care of me." And he was not joking. The staff is lovely. They have a free coffee bar, a free munchie bar. So cookies and candies are always there. Coolers as you're walking outside, you can go grab you something cool to drink. I just really enjoyed our stay there. But again, if you are not wanting to stay at the adults only, right behind Henderson Park Inn, they have built what we call a Henderson Resort. And the Henderson Park Resort is for families. Oh, it's huge. They've got like one adult pool. They've got two big floaty swinging rivers. You just float in them, windy rivers, and oh my goodness. So some of their specials here, if you stay 3 to 4 nights, you get 15% off, or more than 5 nights, you get 25% off. And so if you don't want to stay at just this exclusive park inn, you can then go over to the resort. And here you'll notice there are some websites, and I'll put those into the chat. I'm going to send you the attachments of the slideshow, and I have a cheat sheet that has all of the websites that all the places we went to. I've got all the websites and all the info centers there. So on this little cheat sheet, you can get all the information. You don't have to worry so much, but I'll talk about these some more. If you've never known about 30A, 30A is a road that goes all along the beaches from Panama all the way up to Pensacola. So a lot of people talk about going on 30A. That's kind of the beach road. And there are lots of little hidden gems there. And as I mentioned before, Panama City has a new hotel in front. The Embassy Suites is there now. For those of you that are members of Holiday Inn resorts, there are several of those. There's one in Panama City. There is one in Port Okaloosa, and there There are some further up in Destin. So, there are the Wyndham has some resort inns as well. So if you're part of those timeshares, you can get those opportunities as well. This is a picture of the Henderson Beach Resort right behind the Henderson Park Inn. And these are apartment style, so you can have 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms. The windy rivers, you can float around in 2 of those buildings. They have a huge spa. So these are really lovely to stay at as well. And just keep in mind, yeah, there is high season. And June, July, and August are high season. That's when all the kids are out for vacation. But if you come some of the other times, there's some great deals. Now, a room here can cost you from $200 to $500 an evening. But if you're coming during that high season, just be aware and look at some of their dates if you're able to accommodate and flexible with your datings. As we go further up north, Destin has a nice long boardwalk. For those of you, if you've been on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, it's not like that. Um, you know, it's a little bit of a smaller walk. Maybe for some of you up in the Washington, D.C. area, there's a little harbor walk there. This is very similar to that, but here, oh my goodness, you can find lots of shopping, lots and lots of food. And this is where a lot of the fishermen are at, and this is where you can get all of those boat rides. So they have the glass boats, the boats that go out to watch the dolphins. They have the fishermen. So you go out for the whole day and you go catch. One of the big things here is red snapper. So this was one of the bigger fishing villages, because actually that's all Destin used to be. It's a fishing village. But now it's gotten a lot of this. And here we have, these are our big condos there, which we have lots and lots of folks coming. Some are private and some are on your VRBO. And the Harbor Walk is where a lot of the action happens. And a tip for those of you who are military. So here in Destin also, just right on the other side of we call it the Bay Area, is across from the Emerald and the boardwalk is the Destin Army Rec Center. It's actually run by Fort Benning, MWR. So if you that are military, have ID cards, you can actually come here and stay. We have an RV park that you can accommodate and get yourself a rental, which is a lot lower than some of the other places. And they have cottages that you can rent. They also have hotel style staying. They have their own boat ramp, so you can also um, come and bring your own boat, or you can rent a boat here. Many of the tours leave from here. They have a nice little pier that you can get to on, and we call this the Chattahoochee um, um, Bay area, which is just the opposite of the Gulf area over in the Gulf Coast. And so for the military folks, you can come over here and get yourself a reservation at the Destin Military Recreation Center, or the Holiday Inn Resort gives a big discount to military folks. And a lot of people didn't realize this. Almost every evening, the Holiday Inn Resorts gives out almost 400 half-price discounted rooms to military members if you are calling in just at the right time, whether it's a day ahead or a week ahead. Sometimes you can get a really good discount, and that's all in my notes, where to call and how to get that special uh, thing going. All right. So when you're talking activities out here, look at this. This is the cutest little thing. They have these tiki huts. And out in Destin, we have an area called Crab Island where you can get out of your boat, get out of the tiki hut, and you can almost stand in the water. It's maybe waist high. And so they're floating bars and barge stools. So you can go rent one of these little tiki huts, go out to Crab Island and just hang out for the day. Um, let's see if our video will show up here. Oh, hold on, I got it. share a new one with you. And then you can see what one of the other places looks like. This is one of the condo areas, and the Watercolor Inn and Resort is right there in the Destin area. And this is an aerial view. Is this not something? From the road, you can't even tell usually some of these places. And so they have all kinds of, well, whether it's hotel or a condo. Look, if you can see, right? And let's get back to our slideshow there. So, when you're in Destin, lots of good food. Yes, seafood. Oh, I did not know what a shrimp ceviche is. Ceviche. You guys will tell me in a minute. But my daughter had that. It's a lime and cilantro. So this is one of my favorite places to go to is Tail Fins. You know, there's lots of places, Tail Fins and AJ's. There's all kinds of places, Le Champs, that you can go right by the water. You can sit upstairs, look out over the bay, look out of all the boats coming in and out. Every place you go, you'll see these huge chairs. Now, kind of for the tourists, for you to take pictures in. Yeah, you slide back in that, you can fit the whole family in those chairs. The Adirondack chairs is a big thing around here, but crab claws is also a delicacy. One of the other favorite places that we like to stay at is the island right there. And we Okaloosa Island. Okaloosa Island is kind of in between Fort Walton and Destin, or kind of a little area. That's where Crab Island is. Lots of people can go out there. And you know, when you rent some of these boats, you don't really need a big license or anything. We'll give you lessons. Even jet skis, when you rent those, you don't always need a license. They'll give you some tips. You got to sign over an agreement and everything. You got your little life jackets and things, but they'll give you some lessons just to get you going. The island, again, is one of those lovely places. They've got an indoor area for the kids, lots of restaurants inside. This is the most best place to have a conference, a wedding. And I love it. In February, they have a big VW conference here. So people will come with all of their vintage VW cars and come out and show them off. So think if you're needing to do an event, this is the conference place to go. They have an ultimate area for conferences. And of course, they have summer packages and discounts as well. But a lot of them call them summer fun. And so if you stay 3 nights or more, sometimes you get the 15% off, or they throw in a credit for food and drinks. And a lot of these places, you can walk to the entertainment. And what's happening in these areas, we do have lots of cultural happenings. So coming up, September 16th, we've got the big Hispanic Street Festival there. And that is downtown Fort Walton, right next to Okaloosa Island. So when you're the tourism center, you'll get these schedules. They'll have those activities for you as well. And if you see the if you're looking around, yes, when you get to Destin, Fort Walton, Okaloosa Island, that is the activities area. Oh my goodness. So of course, Rosemary Beach and Henderson Beach, they've got some of the shopping outlets, Silver Sands, you know, Destin Commons. You've got the Big Bass area. Oh my goodness, you know, so you can get just about everything in those big shopping outlets. All the big restaurants, you know, Bubba Shrimp, the Gulf area. You've got Old Miller, and of course, one of the big things here is the Gulf area. Oh my goodness, they just added an extra area where they have another big, huge dolphin show. So the Gulfarium is on Okaloosa Island. It's right next to the Holiday Inn Resort. There's a The crab house is over there. There are all kinds of activities. The island is there, but the Golfarium is the adventure place to go. It's almost like the Disney setups, but they really take a big lesson on sea life and do a lot of economical things for the animals there in that area. So the Golfarium is a good place to go. There are cruises in this area. So the Solaris does dinner night cruises that are wonderful. Actually, the Solaris, usually during this big time now in July and August, I think they have fireworks over there almost every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday night. So while you're out doing a dinner cruise on the boat, you'll also have a couple of fireworks there. And as I mentioned, the Holiday Inn Resort in Fort Walton has that military discount. It is one of those things that is a special discount for ID card holders, whether you're retired or active duty. And one of the lovely places I like to go visit and have a real meal with tablecloth and napkins. So the Rice family owns this lovely Magnolia Grill restaurant, which is in Fort Walton. It's right off the main highway. This is a lovely southern looking home, and we just love it, not just because it's a restaurant. They are a military family that purchased this home. It used to be out on the beach somewhere. It's a Sears and Roebuck house that they moved it here into town. On the second floor is a museum. So Mr. Rice and Mrs. Rice, he served in the military. She was a military spouse, and all of their lovely things that they and other military families have collected are on display throughout the restaurant and the entire upstairs. They have things from 1920s to current. Okay, they've got typewriters, they've got all kinds of hats and things from over World War I, World War II. They've got medals from people. They've got, books from famous folks that have been signed. And some of the things will make you go back into your childhood saying, "I used to have one of those." So the Magnolia Grill not just is a historical area with a little museum inside, it has wonderful food as well. And my favorite right there, bacon wrapped stuffed shrimp. Yes, Fridays and Saturdays, I think they usually during the holiday times, they have live music, and it's just a nice place for lunch or for dinner. As we come further past our area, we are looking now at the Navarre area. So Navarre, we used to be called the Florida's best kept secret. We're now the most relaxing place. And in our area, we are known for the Sea Turtle Conservation Center. Also, lots of the Gulf Island National Seashore is by us. And for many of you that don't know, so lots of you think of national parks, you think of Yosemite and things like that. So Gulf Island, all through this area, we have several of these national parks. So you pay to get onto these parks, like at Henderson and the Gulf Island, that stretches from Navarre all the way up onto Pensacola. And these are protected areas, but you can go to those areas. You can either buy membership for the day, or military people, guess what? You have your ID card, you can go in for free. At Navarre, we have lots of people that volunteer to go out to the beach, and we do have a lot of turtle nesting out here. So for those of you that don't know, do not have bright lights. If you go out to the beach, never have bright lights. You need to have a yellow or red lights, so it doesn't bother the turtles. Turtles get attracted by bright lights, and so you may send them off course, because their only course is they'll be in the water, they'll only come ashore, lay the eggs, hide them somewhere, and then they go back. And so a lot of times if they get diverted, that's why we try to keep the lights down low in some of these beach areas in the evening. So Navarre Beach doesn't have all the hoopla that Fort Walton or Destin or Okaloosa Island have. We don't have lots of rides or windy rivers or go-kart rides and some of those things. We are quiet. There is one hotel out on the Gulf of Mexico area, and that's the Spring Hill Suites. The other hotels we have, the Best Western, the Hampton Inn, several of the other ones are on what's called the Sound side. We are like a long, long peninsula. So we are kind of divided. But as Florida being the most relaxing place, we do hear lots of airplanes. And when you're thinking about coming to these areas, we have two airports between us here. So you can fly in either at Pensacola, PNS, or you can fly in over at the Destin Fort Walton Airport, VPS. And either one, you're going to come into all of these areas. Sometimes you'll find VPS has lots and lots of flights from different small airports outside of America, inside of America, but to the smaller airports during vacation time. When it's not so much the high season, you won't have as many choices of planes over at the Destin Fort Walton Airport, and you'll come in at Pensacola. And so they are international airports. As we leave Navarre, we head up, and between Navarre and Pensacola is a little area called Gulf Breeze. And Gulf Breeze is famous for the zoo. Oh, this is one of the loveliest, cutest zoos. They have some of the greatest PR. They talk about, come on out to the zoo and experience real life. They have Boo at the Zoo in October, so they do Halloween out there. It's just amazing what they do out there. Lots of children activities. You can feed some of the animals, but it's a full-fledged zoo. It's just a wonderful adventure with 50 acres of delight. And a lot of times when you pass Gulf Breeze, you'll get to Pensacola, and Pensacola is split up because we have Pensacola downtown, and then we have Pensacola Beach. So at the top left here, you'll see the Pensacola Beach trolley. That takes you back and forth to downtown and takes you all around peninsula area of Pensacola Beach. All the major hotels are out there. There are lots of beach condos there as well. This is the home of the Blue Angels. And so, yes, you'll hear the airplanes flying all around. Just this past weekend, we had the big activities for the 4th of July, where the Blue Angels did an air show, and the beaches were packed, and the people were out in their boats watching. It was amazing. So this is a really, really high populated area during the holidays. So just be aware that this is not the quiet place. But if you go into town, it's just a quick little 20-minute ride around over onto 3 Mile Island. You'll find lovely things such as our carriage rides downtown Palafox Avenue. You can go have a steak at the Jackson restaurant, or you can go over to the district and the Seville area where they have lots of party stuff, because this is like the second little Mardi Gras area. We're only 3 hours away from New Orleans. So a lot of Pensacola has lots of the New Orleans vibe here. So when you visit Pensacola, it is something. So you can get a little bit of everything. You can stay either out at the Pensacola Beach, or you can stay in town where they have lots of hotel areas. Pensacola is also known for the Blue Wahoos. That's right. We have our minor league baseball right on the water. It's right next to a good little stadium where we always have summer concerts, which is also a nice thing. And we have the Aviation Museum is over Pensacola at our military Navy post, the NAS, just reopened. It was closed due to some current events issues over there. It is now open to folks that do not have IDs, but they're at the National Aviation Museum. Oh, let me tell you, they have lots of programs to see history about the Blue Angels and about the Navy's aviation program. And right by that Aviation Museum is our huge historic Pensacola Lighthouse, which is now in the private sector. So there's a private band of volunteers and a company that run the lighthouse and the museum next to it. So lots of activities to do here as well. Go down to the uh, Blue Angels shows, come down for some of the events that they have. Um, Lots of times, I think yesterday we just had bands on the beach, and you'll come out. And as you see here, you bring your fold-up chair, and at various locations out on the beach or in Pensacola, you'll have them doing bands on the beach, and various bands will be playing, and lots of food trucks will be out there, so you can get all kinds of activities going. But many of these chambers of commerce do activities according to, the holidays. So it's really nice to see some of these things happening. And so as you get to October, November, it starts slowing down, but look, they have activities all the year through. So even if you come in November, December, people are still out in that water, you can still come out and visit us. And we call those folks that come down from, usually they'll come down November through April. Our snowbirds are here. So there's a whole different population that comes to visit us. And as you go through Pensacola, which is known for lots of pelicans, you'll see these all around town. Lots of pelicans that are decorated in different ways. Lots of them, the armed services that are all here have their pelicans downtown, museums, the tourism center, the Palafox Pier, which has some great ice cream right at the Palafox Pier. We have a boat that will take you on sunset sunset rides, as you see the sunset in the evenings right there off of the Palafox Pier. You can go down and eat at Jacko's. Oh, I just love being down in Pensacola to experience all of these things. And of course, as you're riding a little bit further west, closer, and you'll make cross over into Alabama. We didn't really realize how close Alabama is, but Foley, Alabama has a whole nother world. Well, Orange Beach is there and all kinds of good things. But for those of you that have kids, you may want to check out Owa Amusement Park is open. They've got this huge water park there. But if you don't have kids, it's okay. Go over to Owa for lots of their tours that they have and their theater and um, just their walkthrough. You can walk through and go shopping and go through their park, which is just wonderful. So you can buy park entry into the rides or the water park, or just walk around the Owa location, which is part of Florida. And there they have the theater where they have shows, and then they have places to spend the night. There's a hotel located there, and Paula Deen has a wonderful restaurant. Oh my, just really, really great. So lots of things. If you've not come to Florida, the northwestern part of Florida, our Emerald Coast, you need to come and visit us. All right. So I'll open up the floor for any questions for anybody. And if you have a question, if you want to put it into the chat, you can do that as well. I'm going to load up and put the cheat sheets on there for you so that you can use those for any of the things that I talked about. Any questions? Okay. Well, hopefully I'm here. Do you guys, anybody want to speak up? Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to upload the first one will be about the slideshow and the cheat sheet.
I
on
didn't have a question.
Florida.
Thank you. That was a very detailed presentation, and you answered some of my questions as you went on. I just didn't realize how much they have there in the Panhandle, and I have visited there, but it was for a meeting, so I didn't get to go out. But what a lovely presentation. So thank you, making me think. The only thing is, how many golf courses? Is there a lot of golfing around? Because I'm a golfer.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, there are golf courses everywhere. Or golf courses everywhere. And pretty much when you're talking about a golf course, Destin, I think, has 8 of them.
Okay.
Here, Fort Walton has a couple. Okaloosa doesn't have any. You have to go over to Fort Walton or Destin.
Okay.
Rosemary Beach. Also, there's an area called Bayview where the Solaris where the Solaris area is at, the ship, and they're part of every condo. They have a golf course, and many of them are like they are like the best golf courses. They compete against each other, you know. So
Okay.
that's
Lovely. Thank you. Appreciate that.
yes. Okay, let me see. Okay, I just uploaded the Emerald Coast info file. Let me see if I can get another one in here. For some reason, it doesn't want to.
So Juanita, I have a question. This is LaTanya. So how, like I said, I've been to Destin, but it's been years and I went there with the military, but how long is the, the area that you're talking about, the Emerald Coast? How many miles long?
Oh, you know what? We did have some, one of my little cheat sheets had that on there. It's almost a good 300 plus miles.
Oh, it's huge. It's long. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very long.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that that we we talked about, because you just can't drive from one day to the other up and down that area. So it's going to take you a while. So just from, I'm in Navarre, and to drive over to Destin, sometimes an hour. I just went to the Sandestin area where they have lots of restaurants like the Emeralds and Fleming Steakhouse, P.F. Chang, Palmy Bahamas and all those areas. It's usually an hour and 10 minutes. It took us an hour and 40 minutes because of all the tourists, that were there. And so that was the other thing, that I didn't think about, but that was something when you've got tourists around driving to anywhere. From Pensacola, Foley, it's about an hour and 15 minutes, and so that's another one of those, it's very close. Here from Pensacola, you can get to New Orleans in 3 hours. I think Biloxi is an hour and a half, Mobile's maybe 2. So those are some of the places that you can that you can get to once you're here. We have casinos in this area. Atmore is about an hour away as well from Pensacola.
Okay.
All right, I think I just, let's see, here's the last. Okay, both the info sheet and the, did it go up there?
I think there's only one thing up there.
Why didn't it? Okay, it didn't. Okay, come on, go up in there. Okay, one more time. See here, Zoom. Oh, it might be too big. Oh, it's still loading. Oh my goodness. Okay. I didn't realize it was that big.
If you PDF it, it might allow you to.
I did PDF it and I think it's still. Let me try it one more time. And okay, I'll get this out there. Okay. Try to make it a little, just a little bit smaller.
Now, whilst you're waiting for that, I have a question. What's the main air carrier that comes in there? Just
You know, we have a
curious.
new one. Allegiant, Aegean, I think is one of the new ones that we have here. But Delta is over in Pensacola.
Okay.
United American are also over in VPS, over in Destin.
Yeah, I think that's who we used when we flew up from Sarasota. Yeah.
Yes.
Delta. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, it says it's already there, but you guys probably don't see it, huh? Wait, did it just go? It may be too big. It doesn't want to. Okay, I'll have to put that on a link. The slideshow seems to be too big. Okay, so any other questions? And let me go over just a couple of things because, oh gosh. So when I about the tourism places where you go to, these are the kinds of things that they have. They have these beautiful little booklets and like, you know, beyond the exits and stuff like this. These are the things you want to pick up when you stop by those tourism centers, because if you want to go out and eat and do a lot of stuff, they'll give you all of these little coupon booklets. And these are the things that'll save you money. Sometimes it's buy one meal, get another one free. A lot of times they'll have coupons for your rentals. So you get maybe another 10% off from your rentals. They'll have the visitor guides. And some of these visitor guides that they have are pretty much in some different languages. So I pick up the one that's in English and German and French. So when I have folks doing that, a lot of the tourism places will have all of those little, you know, handouts. So if you don't know anything about the place where you're going, every tourism center in Florida usually has it split up for Northwest, Northeast, South, and they have lots of the maps. So you want to get those maps, not just to organize yourselves, but again, that's where you discover some of the things there, like on Destin Harbor, the Emerald Grand hotels, and some of the places. Oh, other thing, looking for places to eat. Oh my gosh, I think almost every big town has a Irish pub. So yes, there's McGuire's Irish pub. There's two in Pensacola, one on the beach, one inland. There's one in Destin, and then when you go to different areas like Panama City, they've got the new Zoo World. And of course, because Panama City is rebuilding, they have lots of new hotels that are coming about. And again, for those of you that are military, some of us know it as MWR, others know it as the ITT, Information Ticket and Travel, but a lot of folks have that online, and you can go to your military ITT or MWR, get these handouts. They'll have all the ticket information of where you're going and discounts. So even if you're going to Disney or you're heading to Disney, for those of you that don't know, Florida, you get a special price if you're a Floridian, if you have a Florida address. And many of the other places on the Emerald Coast, they do the same thing. They give discounts for people who are locals or from Florida. So just one of those FYI things. Oh my, we spent so much time. I talked so much, but I thank you guys so much for being with us. I'm going to turn off the recorder for now. And then if anybody has any other questions, but thanks for listening in on Travel Talk Tuesday. We'll be back next month, usually the second Tuesday of the month, and we'll have a new subject. And for those of you that have a subject you want us to cover, let me know. Email me, Juanita@EurWay.Tours. So thank you for being here with us tonight.
Thank you, Juanita.